Hey, beautiful. Welcome to another episode of the Love You Deserve podcast. I'm your host, Coach Yolanda. Let's get into today's episode. Today, we're going to talk about how do you know when you're attracted to potential? hmm That is a very good topic. So, what's wrong with potential? Potential can be seductive, it can be intoxicating, it could be exhilarating, it could be exciting. Potential will have you seeing a man's future and it will have you ignoring his present. And here's the truth: when you build love on potential, it's a gamble that you cannot afford. Well, how do I know so much about this? Because my first husband, I married him on potential. He had the potential to be an awesome man of God. He had the potential to be a faithful husband. He had the potential to keep a job longer than 2 weeks. He had the potential to be an amazing father. He had the potential, but he didn't have the reality. I married who he could be. And I convinced myself that all he needed was a good woman to help him get on his feet. He'll be able to keep a job if he had a good woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't happen. And just like me, many women fall for men who could become this if they were healed, who could become the man you desire if they were mature, who could become the man if they were focused, if they were saved, if they were disciplined. They could become the man you're looking for, but you can't build a real relationship, a real partnership on imagination, on something that's not even real. You have to build your partnership. You have to build your relationship on evidence. So, how do you know if you are in a relationship where you're in love with who he can be? Ask yourself this question: who is he right now? Who is he right now? Man, if I ask myself that question, who is he right now? He is a church musician. The only income he has coming in is from playing the piano on Sundays. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a place to stay. He is not ready to be a husband because he can't even take care of himself. He can't even prove that he can take care of himself. Why would you marry somebody that can't take care of themselves? And then you find yourself married to potential. And then now you're upset when that person doesn't rise to the imaginary place you put them in your head and that place you put them in your heart. Well, they never told you they were that person. You made all that up to make yourself feel comfortable by being with them when you knew deep down inside it wasn't it. Who is he today? Not who he could be, not who you believe he has the capacity to be, not who he is when he's at his best. I know he's a good man when he's sober, but when is he sober? I know he's a good man when he's not on a crack binge and gone ghost for 48 hours and 72 hours. He ghosts because he at the crack house. I know when he's sober, he's a good guy. But when is he sober? And you can't live your life like that. Who is he today? What are his habits today? What are his priorities today? Is he consistent today? Not can he be consistent? What is he now? Is he emotionally available? Does he follow through? Does he keep his word? Are you having to bail him out of financial situations even while you're dating? This is not, listen to Coach Yolanda, this is not the guy you marry. This is not the guy you married. Do not marry this guy. He has not proven that he is trustworthy. Potential sounds good, but actions tell you the truth. Did you hear what I just said? Potential sounds so good. Potential looks so good on paper. It sounds so good when you rehearse it in your mind, when you rehearse it in your heart. But action, baby, action tells you the truth. You may be attracted to his ambition, his spiritual talk, his dreams, his charisma, his passion, his goals. But ambition without action is fantasy. Did you hear what I just said? I said ambition without action is fantasy. Charm without character is dangerous. And dreams without discipline are only distractions. So ask yourself, am I in love with his ambition? Am I in love with his character? Am I in love with his charm? Am I in love with his dreams? Or am I in love with who he is today? The most honest question of all is, would you still want him if nothing changed? See, I never asked myself that question. I never asked myself, would I still want to marry this man if nothing changed? Because in my mind, once we got married, everything would change. And he would have the support of a good woman. So he would keep a job. So he would get a car and work and pay the note. The car won't get repossessed because he quit a job in 2 weeks and now don't have the money to pay his car note. Don't have the money to pay rent, get evicted. He's disciplined before we get married, not something I hope will happen after the fact. I never asked myself, would I still want him if nothing changed? Because I deceived my own self because I wanted a baby by my husband and not a baby from the sperm bank. Now, I ain't judging y'all who went to sperm bank and got sperm and had a baby. This is a judgment-free zone. That was just not something I wanted for myself. But I was so blinded by what I wanted that I didn't see that all he had was potential, baby. All. That's all. He lots of charisma, life of the party. Life of the party. Knew how to have a good time now. Knew how to have a good time. Life of the party. But consistency, dependability, faithfulness, character, he ain't had none of that. None of that. None of that. But we had chemistry and he asked. And I said yes. And had I asked myself the question, would you marry him if nothing changed? The answer would have been no. If you ask yourself this question, would I still marry him if nothing changed? And you tell yourself no, pack a bag, hit the bricks, holla. You wasting your time. Look, you are not a project manager. This is a project. He is going to weigh you down. He is going to jack up your credit report. He is going to make your hair fall out. He is going to give you a nervous breakdown. You are going to be depressed and gain weight. Listen to Coach Yolanda. Do not date potential. Please, God, please do not marry potential. If he doesn't change, would you still want him? If the answer is no, it's time to step. You are not a project manager. You deserve someone that can provide stability and emotional safety for you right now, not in the future. Here are signs that you're dating potential instead of reality. Are you ready for this? You're always giving him time to get himself together. You're constantly imagining who he could be. You feel more like a coach, a counselor, or an accountability partner instead of a girlfriend. You defend him more than he defends himself. You're doing more emotional labor than he is doing inner work. You're trying to make him be. You try to make him become something he doesn't even want to be. And he doesn't have to be because you accept him in his potential state. Why? Let's talk about the elephant in the room for just a second. Why are you accepting potential? You're accepting potential because you don't know your worth. You're accepting potential because you haven't become her. Back to our video last week. You have to become her. So you won't accept potential. You'll be attracting the love you desire, not the love you imagine. Ooh, my God. What you desire for him is good, it's beautiful. But remember, love should never be so blind that you can't see that the man you have in your life has potential and no action. Here are your reflection questions. Hey, I am not a project manager. I just felt that in my spirit. Say it after me, ladies. I am not a project manager. I do not date potential. Mm, my Lord. Reflection questions. Number one, where in your dating life have you confused potential with reality? Where in your dating life have you confused potential with reality? Number two, what has this pattern cost you emotionally or spiritually? What has this pattern of confusing potential with reality, what does it cost you in your emotions and in your spirit? Question number three, what qualities must a man show you right now before you choose to invest any further? What qualities must a man show you right now before you choose to invest any further? Okay, I can answer that. He must show me that he has my best interest at heart, that he's not here for what he can get, that he's here for what he can give. That's what I need to see right now because I didn't see that in my first marriage. Number four, what boundaries do you need to set to protect your heart from fantasy-based dating? What boundaries do you need to set to protect your heart from falling for a man who only has potential? You need to set up your non-negotiables. Remember, dating is not marriage. We date to get to know what we like and what we don't like. We date to get to know if this relationship can move to being exclusive or will it stay in the friendship space. If you're dating somebody who has potential, he will forever be in the friendship space. It is not your job to make him become a man. It's a man's responsibility to be able to take care of himself, period. A man should be able to pay his own bills, put a roof over his own head, get a car for himself to drive, and provide for the children he creates, period. What boundaries do you need to set up to protect yourself from falling for guys that can't even do that? You need to have boundaries. You need to have non-negotiables that say, hey, we can date, but if you're trying to be my man, I'm gonna need to see receipts that you paying child support for all your kids. I'm gonna need to see receipts. Because if you're not taking care of the kids you have now, you're not gonna take care of ones you make with me, whether we're together in a relationship or whether I get pregnant on a booty call. If you're not taking care of the little kids that have your face today, you're not going to take care of the kids that have your face in the future. So, what boundaries do you need to set to protect your heart from fantasy dating? Isn't that good? That was good. I wish I'd heard that way back in 2000 when I married my first husband. I wished I heard this lesson. All right. Before I get out of here, I want to encourage you to hop over to the show notes and download your copy of my free ebook, Five Mistakes Keeping You Single. While there, you will also find a link to purchase my new book, The Love You Deserve. Grab your copy today. And next year, I am launching my 12-week coaching program that's a deeper dive outside the book. So once you finish the book, you're going to say, Minister Yo, I want more. Minister Yo, I need more. Well, I have more for you. We're going to dive into this live 12-week coaching program next year, 2026. I'm super excited. It's entitled The Love You Deserve, and it will pull you further into emotional healing, mindset shifting, and then dating strategies. I'll walk you through becoming her. Because we got to become the woman that can attract the love that we deserve. All right, that was my best shot. If this blessed you, share it with a sister you know that's going through this. Share it with someone you think will be blessed by this. Because I believe that we can't live our best life by ourselves. So share this with someone who's dating to help them not fall for the trap I fell for, so they won't date someone who only has potential. That's it. I'll see you next time.